Hello, hello. Welcome, midlife woman. Welcome, women who are in perimenopause and menopause. It's so good to see you. I'm Cindy Bensley-Gertz, your midlife midwife, and the creator of the Vibrant Woman program and the Inspired Menopause Circles. I'm so excited that you're here to learn about my upcoming retreat, Inner Radiance, Deep, Delicious Rest and Renewal. Now, doesn't that sound amazing? I'm so excited. And I'm excited because I get what it's like to be a midlife woman who's overwhelmed and completely exhausted to the bone. I, having gone through perimenopause for the last 10 years and still in midlife, it has challenged my energy on a daily basis. Fortunately, and I can only say this in hindsight, I experienced burnout and a health crisis when I was in my late 20s. So when it came to midlife, I was equipped with the tools to help me with those big changes and challenges that are part of this phase of life. And there are many, as we are sandwiched as midlife women between growing a family and nurturing a career or possibly a cause and caregiving for aging parents or other family members. And then throw perimenopause or the anticipation of it into the mix and whoo, right? Instant hot flash. So in the Inner Radiance retreat, I want to show you exactly how to experience deep rest. And you are going to learn my signature, what I call save time with one setup, flow of restorative yoga. So I'm going to show you at least 7 poses that you can do with one setup. You'll also experience some gentle movement with the moon salutation created for women by women. You'll experience time for reflection, time for visualization, to dream about what you really want, time to nourish yourself fully, and time to be with other women in a real and compassionate way. So, you know, this retreat is ideal for you if you're midlife. And also if you're that woman who always says, I'm too busy. You don't take breaks, you don't take enough time to rest, or it might be that you don't know how to rest. You're just on autopilot, and some of those mantras that run through your head are, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy. Maybe it's, I don't have enough money or resources, or some variation of, I'm not enough. There's not enough of me to go around. And so maybe you're that woman who falls into bed at night and your mind is racing and you can't fall asleep. So there are a variety of sleep disturbances. If you're in midlife and you're experiencing some kind of sleep disturbance or deprivation from insomnia or night waking or hot flashes and night sweats, which is part of perimenopause, and 75% of women in the American culture will experience them or are experiencing them. And it could, you could be in perimenopause, which is overwhelming and exhausting if you have a lot of discomforts going on as a result of all the hormonal shifts. So it's not just physical things like erratic periods, heavy bleeding, fibroids, loss of libido, skin changes and dryness, but it's the emotional upheaval, the mood swings, the sudden rising up of emotion and vulnerability, or the feeling of anxiety around the unknown. What's going to happen? How long is this going to last? Or it could be more mental. It could be lack of focus and motivation, foggy brain, not being able to concentrate, or maybe you had a spiritual awakening or a spiritual crisis. And no matter what combination of these things that you have, it can be really, really exhausting. So here's what I want you to imagine, and here's what I'm excited about. Swaths of time where you are not accountable to anybody or anyone else. This is your me time. You don't have to anticipate anyone else's needs but your very own. And you're not judged for wanting to rest, because in our culture, rest is a radical act. I just heard a fellow restorative yoga teacher speak these words recently, and it occurred to me how blasphemous it is to want rest. It goes against the American ways and ideals. And another common saying is self-care is not selfish. So I want you to imagine that when you fill up your well of being through rest and renewal, it means you'll have the energy to pour into your family and your work and your passion. So how is that selfish? Self-care is not selfish. And rest and self-care, these shouldn't be radical acts, and yet that's how we view them. So in our either or, yes or no, this or that culture, there's been division. Groups and people like women have been pitted against one another. So I want you to imagine now connecting with other women in a heartfelt, real, and compassionate way. I want you to imagine being seen, heard, and held in loving acceptance. And through that, imagine a feeling of abundance and possibility, confidence and ease, because you will, because the magic's in the practice. That's my mantra, if you didn't know that already. The magic's in the practice, like it has been for my student Mitzi, like it has been for me. She's another example of the woman that I described earlier. When she came to me, she was broken down and burned out. She was a school teacher, pouring everything, giving everything to her students and raising a son and caring for her parents. And she put her own health on the back burner for years. She was stretched so thin. Then she started practicing yoga with me, working with me privately, and attending my retreats and women's circles. Then a year before she was supposed to retire, she made a very sudden decision to end her career and help her parents. They both were having health crises. And this was not what she had planned. And clearly life was not unfolding the way she expected it to. And this is very common in midlife for our plans to get derailed. So through all that uncertainty and turmoil, and even now, Mitzi credits her yoga and the work that we did together for transforming her fears into hopes, and for helping her to grow the skills that she needed to imagine a whole new way of living. And then she went out and did it. And she's doing it now. She's living in a whole new state, a new climate, learning how to garden in a new space and a new climate, a new home, a new community, and she's loving it. And she will tell you that she feels renewed and empowered and grateful. And you will feel that way too. In addition to getting deep rest at the retreat, you will be filled with that same sense of abundance and purpose and possibility. You'll feel focused and motivated, energized, and excited for the holidays and the new year. And I started this retreat over 10 years ago now because I wanted to create sacred space in the fall so that I could rest and reflect and renew and dream of the new year. Because every fall I would be depleted after pushing and pleasing and perfecting in my work. And it often led to burnout and illness. I would get very ill by the end of the year. And I wanted a different way. I wanted to enjoy the holidays and start the new year off feeling energized and excited instead of completely depleted and frankly, depressed. I was depressed for many years. So now in my 50s, I feel better than I ever have. And I'm excited not just about the retreat and the new year, but about my future and about the second half of life. And it's only getting better with every year. Life feels full of abundance and possibility. And I'm still that same woman who's sandwiched. I'm still raising a family, growing a business, managing a household, being in partnership with my spouse and my love of my life, and caring for aging parents and my aging dog Coco, who I'm crossing my fingers doesn't bark while I'm shooting this video for you. And I've been there for other family members who've fallen ill. So none of that has gone away. None of the chaos has gone away. I'm just relating to it differently. And so is Mitzi, and so can you. So please join me this fall for some rest and renewal and inner radiance. You will be able to join me from the comfort and convenience of your own home. We'll meet over the course of 3 days, a weekend on Zoom, and you'll see me here again in my home studio, and you'll be in your space, able to create your own sacred space at home, avoiding traveling and all the costs that go with it. And that can be financially, that can be thousands, I know, because I've done it before, but it also can be a cost in your time and your energy. Plus you, imagine there'll be enough of you to go around this holiday season with proper rest and renewal. So as soon as you register, you'll have access to some pre-retreat materials. There'll be a welcome message from me, a video about how to prepare, a list of equipment. Plus, you'll also have access to my schedule and can set up a bonus pre-retreat discovery call with me. So this call will help you prepare and get focused and get the most out of the retreat. And my retreats, by the way, are small and intimate. And they're designed that way on purpose so that you can feel more connected to me, so that you can feel seen and heard and held and connected with the other women present, and you'll leave with new friends. And afterwards, you can meet with me again for a wise woman celebration call. And this private time with me is invaluable. I've not seen this offered with other retreats. And in your post-retreat call, you'll get to gather the goodness from the event, get focused, and take your next step forward into the new year. Okay, so if you are ready to register, I should say when you're ready to register, I'm going to share a link in the chat here, which will show up in certain places when you're watching this video. If it doesn't, there will be a button below that you can click on. Or I will put it in the comments to any Facebook posts. It'll be in the verbiage of an email. So depending on how you receive this video or how you're watching it, look out for the button, look out for the link. And it is courses.consciousliving.arts.com/courses/inner radiance. And that is quite a mouthful. So that is why I will be putting it in comments and email notes and in the button below if you're watching this on the landing page for the retreat. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I love to answer questions. I love to help. And you can reply to a post if that's where you're seeing it, DM me if we're friends on Facebook, or email me at consciousliving.arts@gmail.com. Okay, so click that button or link below and let's unleash the magic that's in your practice. I would love to see you, and I would love to help you connect with your inner radiance and shine bright this fall and into the new year. Thank you.